wọ́n bá pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gúsí kálukú bá ń wojú ara wọn ni wọ́n bá ń fọwọ́ tọ́ra wọn ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan èjèèjì làwọn èèyàn tó dúró bá fi ń fọgbọ́n yọsẹ̀ níbẹ̀ ìtẹ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀ ni kìrì ní tì ń lèrò tiwọn lójú tiwọn dájúdájú asínwín lọ́kọ ẹ̀wẹ̀ tí àtọ̀nà tíyàwó lè fi ya ọkọ rẹ̀ níwèrè lójú táyé ẹgbọ́n náà ọgbọ́n kí lọ́kọ ìyàwó lè rí dá tó fi fẹ́ sọ pé òun kì í sasínwín níbi ọkọ ìyàwó ti gbójú òkè tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sunkún tí ń pé súná òun bàjẹ́ níyàwó pé mo ti sọ fún ọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé ojú rẹ̀ ọjà ni mo fi wípé ta ló lè borí ète obìnrin kí ọkọ ìyàwó yé máa bá ìyàwó ẹ̀ lérí wípé kí ni ó ṣe obìnrin lè ṣe gba fún ni. a ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ rí ẹ má gbàgbé abíádé kìyìn ọmọ ẹlẹ́yọ̀ tí ọ̀já létí abíádé mọ́rádéyọ̀ ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ àgbà ń kí wa yíkáyíká tẹ́bítọ̀ rẹ̀ má jẹun fèyí sópin ìwọ ò ní kú èmi ò ní kú ká tún gbọ́ra wa láyọ̀ láyọ̀.
ọba ló ládé orí ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ lé tàwọn ìjòyè Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM. kábíyèsí o.
The city of Ibadan, the home of ancient warlords, in the Pacesetter state, this is Oluyole FM 98.5 Ibadan.
Conversation.
Good morning and welcome. It's another edition of Conversation on Oluyole FM. If you're just joining us, welcome. Good morning, wherever you are this morning. It's another beautiful Tuesday, of course, the day after, another working day after the long holiday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today is Tuesday, so get up if you're still sleeping. Of course, join us as we begin the conversation this morning on Oluyole FM. Let me welcome you especially. Of course, on this program, of course, we take stories that made the headlines. We do some analysis. And of course, all our analysis are our personal opinion, not the opinion of the station Oluyole FM. And of course, you can also join us on Okyogo 96.3 FM, Agilete 92.1 FM. And of course, as we continue on the program, we'll take our calls to also hear your views. My name is Jade Sola Ajibola. Welcome to the program.
And my name is Bimbo. I can be very much welcome to this program. And of course, apart from our networking on the Okegun and Agility channels, we are also on Facebook, and that means you can be the reach. Bimbo Akombi is my name once again. And yes, Jadi, let's go straight to the main point now, talking about the Pope, the Pope that died.
Yes,
Pope Francis.
It's quite touching this morning. Okay, I have the Vanguard and of course the story of the Pope. Pope Francis dies. Late Pope Francis, the first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church, died yesterday. All right, that story, I'll be taking that story quickly from the Vanguard newspaper of this morning. The death of Pope.
Let me say,
okay, so
there's a write-up there for you.
Yes, the story is on page 22, and it says that the federal government and other notable Nigerians have joined the rest of the world leaders in paying tribute to Pope Francis, who passed away yesterday in his residence in the Vatican Casa Santa Marta, age 88. Born George Morel, Pope Francis passed away yesterday, a day after celebrating Easter and greeting thousands of faithful after Easter Mass. His death followed a protracted illness that saw him hospitalized for 38 days. The Pope was admitted to the Agostino Polyclinic Hospital on Friday, February 14th, 2025, after suffering from a bout of bronchitis for several days, which his clinical situation gradually worsened. Right, of course, his doctor diagnosed him of bilateral phenomenal, but the late Pope was discharged after 38 days in the hospital as he returned to his Vatican residence at the Casa Santa Marta to continue his recovery. Quite touching, quite painful. You know, he's such a wonderful man.
Yes.
And he's one of those Pope that has existed that have touched lives.
Yes.
Has faced a lot of criticism, challenges, and he stood tall.
Yes.
Yeah. Come with him. I don't know the version you have.
Yes, I know that he was a man that, made himself liberal to all people, all races. Yes, all races. I was watching a documentary yesterday night, and I saw him. He was somewhere in Africa. Then he was mixing with some people who were taking pictures with him, and he did not mind. On a normal day.
Very simple.
A simple man. On a normal day, you see all the security people, just surrounding him, but he was just a liberal guy and liberal Pope. Now, this one says people have been reacting. President Donald Trump, I think he said some things. Yes. President Trump directed that flags in the country should be flown at half-mast in honor of the departed pontiff.
Fantastic.
Yes. And on his part, King Charles of the United Kingdom said, "My wife and I were most deeply saddened to learn of the death of Pope Francis. Our heavy hearts have been somewhat eased. However, to know that His Holiness was able to share an Easter greeting with the Church and the world is served with such devotion throughout his life and ministry." And he gave an Easter message.
Yeah, yes, he gave an Easter message, and that was that makes it more touching because imagine giving the message and the next thing people hear that he's
dead. Yes.
Yeah. So it really made it touching, just in the Easter celebration.
And Also, the president of the African Development Bank, that is Akinwumi Adesina, yes, said the late Pope was a caring leader who devoted his life to the betterment of the people. And yes, and the president of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, in a tribute said, so saddened by the passing of the Holy Father Pope Francis, a true loss for Christianity, for social and economic progress worldwide, and for us at the Zayed Award for Human Fraternity, which he championed with the Grand Imam Ahmed Al-Taib. The President of France, Emmanuel Macron, said, from Buenos Aires to Rome, Pope Francis wanted the Church to bring joy and hope to the poorest, to unite people with one another and with nature. May his hope be reborn endlessly beyond him. And to all Catholics, to a grieving world, my wife and I send our thoughts. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, in his tribute, said, millions of people around the world are mourning the tragic news of Pope Francis' passing. His life was devoted to God and to the people and also to the Church. Well, so many reactions, and also our own president, Tinubu, President Bola Tinubu, in an yes, he described the late pontiff as a humble servant of God, a tireless champion of the poor, and guiding light for millions. That is according to an official statement from the office of the president.
Yes, he also had four other world leaders mourning him. You had from Iran, from Israel, United States of America, France, India, Republic of Ireland, Germany, Spain, Italy, Paris, Ethiopia, Egypt, of course, other African countries, and some individuals, including the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's quite a touching one. Yes,
and you know, if things like this happens, you know, immediately preparations will begin to, you know, appoint another pope. And well, there are just some possibilities. There are some cardinals, I think 130 something cardinals are those eligible to vote to appoint a new pope. And there are some names that have been penciled down now. Here are some possible candidates. Yes, let's just go through a few of them. Jean-Marc Aveline, Archbishop of Marseille, French, and is aged 66. Cardinal Peter Edo, Hungarian, aged 72. Cardinal Mario Grech, Secretary General of the Synod of Bishops, Maltese, aged 68. Cardinal Joan Jose Omelia, Archbishop of Barcelona, Spanish, aged 79. Cardinal Pietro Parolin, Italian, Vatican diplomat, aged 70. Cardinal Luis Antonio Gokim, Taglo, Filipino, aged 67. Cardinal Joseph Tobin, Archbishop of Newark, American, aged 72. And Cardinal Peter Kudu Apia Toxon, Ghanaian, Vatican official, aged 76. Also Matteo Maria Zuppi, Italian, Archbishop of Bologna, aged 69. Well, those are the possibles for the next Pope.
And of course, it's also going to have a simple burial. A Catholic doctrine requires the Pope to be buried between 4 to 6 hours after death. But according to Matteo Bruni, director of the Holy See Press Office, the Pope might be buried tomorrow, April 23rd, and will be given a simple burial according to his early request. Wow. The transition of the Holy Father's mortal remains to the Vatican Basilica for the veneration of all the faithful may take place in the morning of Wednesday, April 23rd, 2023. According to the arrangements that shall be determined and communicated tomorrow following the first congregation of the Cardinal Mr. Boni said. According to the Archbishop Diego Revilli, Master of Apostle Ceremonies, the late Pope Francis had requested that his funeral rites be simplified and focused on expressing the faith of the Church in the rising body of Christ. Wow. The renewed rite, said Archbishop Revilli, seeks to emphasize even more that the funeral of the Roman Pontiff is that of a pastor and disciple of Christ, and not of a powerful person of this world. Wow, that's really touching.
Yes.
So he already had his plans and requests long before his death.
Yes.
And I think this should be honored. Just give him a simple burial. That's what we always say. I mean, let people just go and rest. Don't waste money. Resources that could be used to, support more people, more lives.
Yes. That is the Pope. May his soul continue to rest in peace.
Amen.
Yes, and to some other stories now. Jonathan regrets inability to end Nigerians' suffering. Says commitment to peace remains unshaken. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has said he would have loved to end the sufferings of Nigerians, but acknowledged that even with the best intentions, it is not an easy task, especially for a president. Speaking on Sunday night at a reception held in his honor following his recent award of the Sunak Peace Prize, Jonathan reflected on his personal journey, the burden of leadership, and his lifelong dedication to peace and service. Well, he is regretting his inability to
You see, one thing I know
to end Nigerian sufferings.
One thing I know is that I don't think there will be any president who will serve. I'm talking about today, yesterday. I'm not talking about tomorrow in Nigeria that will not regret.
Yes.
Because the kind of structure we have, no, that is because you'll be so incapacitated as the president. You are the final speaker, but unfortunately, so many things would make him or her handicapped. I don't know who will be able to turn the situation of this country around, because there's some cabal, that would not make things work. And so they are there, they're stationed there, and they will do everything to make sure it does not work. So whoever thinks he or she has a plan for Nigeria should really sit back and watch. There is no president. If you sit down, President Buhari, do you think he didn't want the refineries to work? Do we think he doesn't want us to have electricity 24/7?
There are some people sitting down somewhere.
They will not make it work.
Yes,
I don't know who those people are. But trust me, I pray they repent, because it's so unfortunate, making life miserable for the country as a whole. And they have their unborn children. And some of them, if you ask, you will hear that some of them have their children abroad, and making life miserable for people here in the country. So I really don't know who these people are, but for whoever they are, I think they need to turn a new leaf.
They will not make things work. They will allow electricity to be down every time, and they are the ones that will be importing generators.
24/7, they have money to run generators.
Yes.
I don't know who these people are, but not making Nigeria work, God will ask them questions in due course. It's just quite unfortunate.
Yes.
But one thing we must learn is that no matter how long you live, you will one day die. And when you go, you'll be known for something.
Yes.
All of us may not know what they're doing behind, but God knows, and God will ask them.
Yes.
I think people just need to turn a new leaf. It's painful. And like I said, I'm not sure there's any president that will come to this country to... former President Olusegun Obasanjo, if you ask him, he will tell his story.
Yes. Yes.
There advice in his grave. Ask him, he will tell his stories. Nobody will rule this country and rule it peacefully.
Now President Tinubu is facing his own now. He is actually trying to, do some things, to change some things, but some people are still trying to frustrate.
So it's because he's determined.
Yeah, yes.
And that's why you could see some of these changes. There's just some people somewhere who have... I don't know why they claim to be Nigerians. They claim they love this country, because there is no love in their heart for this country. It's about themselves. I don't know when we're going to get it right in this country.
Yes. Well, he was president. He's regretting. He wanted to do some things, but he could not do it.
That's why you see some people that would say they will never contest. They will not be a politician in their lives because their names will be tarnished, their reputation will be dragged in the mud in the name of trying to build a country, and they may likely never succeed.
Yes.
I don't know why it's hard for people to see things working and the country in a positive state. It's just painful and pathetic. I don't know.
They will not want it to work because of the gains that they are making. Look at the oil sector now. You know, there are some cabals too that are controlling the oil sector, not the president. Yes, it is what they want that will happen. That is just it.
Even the oil, if you look at the oil, look at what's been happening with the oil. If Dangote refinery had not come, I don't think we will ever have fuel not sold for 1,500 naira.
Yes.
Per liter. But for the private, I'm praying that more people God should give more people opportunity to also rise up and establish their own refineries.
Yes, there are some people.
The competition in the market, and that was what former President Muhammadu Buhari was trying to do. That when there is competition, the prices will drop. Now you can see that playing out. We may feel that some of these things are not right that they're doing, but these are policies that eventually is helping us move forward. The sole sale and exporting and importing of petroleum products by NNPCL has thrown this country into a lot of problems. We spend a lot of money doing all turnaround maintenance. What kind of English is that? Turning around.
They are turning around our refineries.
The turning around maintenance that never allowed the refineries to work for more than 2 decades.
And the turnaround maintenance came up, I think, about 3 times.
No, it's more than 3 times.
4 times.
So we keep turning it around, spending money, budgeting for it annually. And I keep saying that so many Nigerians are sabotaging, that particular sector. Because some people know that what they're doing is not a turnaround. It's not going to turn anything around, and they keep allowing it to happen. So unfortunately, a lot of us are sabotaging this progress of this country.
Yep.
A lot of us. And I use the word us.
Us.
Yes. Because we all have our roles that we play. I was at the market one day. I bought tomatoes, a crate for 10,000 at Akinyele market. No, I think it was even Bodija market. Go and see what they are selling in Bashoro market. You could hardly find 10 pieces of tomatoes for 1,000. And imagine the full crates. So you see, we're all sabotaging the economy. How much are you buying what you're selling? People keep saying the prices have dropped. If prices have truly dropped, what has happened? How did it happen? Price dropped. But some people are still selling at old prices.
Yes.
We need to think about it. How am I contributing to the downfall of this country? What am I doing to the progress of this country? We need to all ask ourselves and check ourselves. And stop talking about Tinubu. Because we ask him, let him do his part and let's do our own bidding.
Yes, and still talking about what we are doing to ourselves. Talk about share prices too. Commercial vehicles.
Oh my God.
Yes, they will tell you, when you ask that petrol price was 1,100 and something, then you increased your price. It began to drop little by little to 900 and something, to 920, 800 and something in some petrol stations. You still maintained that fair price. Fixed price. They will now tell you, if you ask, they will say where they are buying spare parts for their vehicles, the prices have not dropped.
It's a lie from the pit of hell.
So that's what I am just...
So the petroleum product should not reflect. It should reflect.
Yes.
We should show that we have good conscience. We all have, it's a general challenge for all of us.
Yes.
You know, there was a time when you go to a place, you want to buy a pen. They will have to call the market to confirm in the major market from the dealers. How much is the pen now? And the price they have not bought, they will sell to you. It is unfair. It is unacceptable. It is barbaric.
Yes. And it is affecting negatively Nigerians.
And every one of us should realize that even if you feel that you're a millionaire today, you can't be sure your children will be millionaires.
Yes.
We will all pay for it.
Yes.
In due course.
Yes. By the grace of God.
by the grace of God. All right, let's go to other stories. Killings. Governor say state under siege, claim reserves, forest taking over. Of course, the story is on page 8 with some riders as death toll in Good Friday's head attack in Benue rises to 72. Protest rocks Plateau over incessant killings. Dangerous call for self-defense may lead to anarchy, says Jigawa Governor Namadi. Self-defense. This self-defense has been an issue that a lot of us, a lot of people have been talking about for a long time. And you find out that I'm not defending myself, yet somebody is not protecting me, and someone is coming to take, you know, other people's lives. These are the questions, these are the issues. How would someone not be able, you know, to save his own life when he has the opportunity to? Of course, the story is on page 8. And the story says, bandits take over state grazing reserve forest in Plateau. Okay, let me begin from here. Governors of Benue and Plateau State, Aliyah and Caleb, yesterday raised alarm over the siege laid by killer headmen and bandits to their state, asking the federal government to urgently intervene to stop unending killing in their domain. While Governor Aliyah said armed raiders had laid siege to his state, his counterpart, Plateau Matawang, said bandits had taken over all grazing reserves and forests in his state, killing his people. Recall that both states have in the last 1 month lost close to 300 persons killed by killer herders and bandits, with property worth billions of naira destroyed. This came on a day Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi, in apparent response to the call by former Defense Minister Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma, retired, on Nigeria to defend themselves against bandits, said such call will lead to anarchy. While the death toll in the last Thursday and Friday's attack in Ukum and local government areas in Benue State has risen to 72, angry Christian leaders and other faithful yesterday stormed Plateau State Government House demanding an immediate end to the senseless killing of innocent citizens by supported Fulani bandits. Okay, meanwhile, Governor Caleb Matawang, at a stakeholders meeting at the Government House in Jos yesterday, raised the alarm that bandits had taken over grazing reserves and forests in the state, killing people and destroying property. The governor, who noted that almost all the 17 local government areas in the state are plagued by insecurity, told the stakeholders comprising ethnic, political and religious leaders that you are aware of the events of the last 3 weeks, which have once pushed our state to the front burner of national discourse, unfortunately for the wrong reasons. It's quite
unfortunate.
Unfortunate, losing lives.
Yes,
it's quite unfortunate. And I don't know why the governor of a state will be raising alarm, you know, singing that people are, you know, being killed, and he's helpless.
Yes.
Why is it the chief
chief security officer
of the state
on paper?
On paper?
Yes, it is on paper.
It's quite unfortunate.
So, well, fine, is the chief security officer of the state. He should have some things to be done, meetings with security chiefs of that state. But nothing seems to be, you know, happening. I don't know. He too is quite confused. Yes. Now he's asking some questions. Yes, some questions about his state. You know, his Plateau State is under siege. Why us? Who is behind this? Where are they coming from? Who is sponsoring them? What is their aim? These are questions I thought I should not answer alone. So, there are some things wrong in that state. You know, Benue too has its own problems with insecurity, and of course some other states too. Now, some things has to be done. It should have been proactive before now.
Yes.
Yes. They have Plateau State has I think they have some Air Force and some bases, and they have army barracks and all those. They are there. So I don't know why the police. There is the police. I don't know why something like this is happening.
One would even have thought that there will be inter-agency collaboration between all the security agencies in that state or in the country. And the IGP should also rise to this occasion. The Inspector General of Police needs to get up and do something immediately. We can't continue to lose life. We don't know who's next.
Yes.
And for anyone who is sponsoring them, I think there should be investigation. Trust me, I always say it. If the police wants to work in Nigeria, they know what to do.
Yes, they know what to do. And other sister agencies too.
They know what to do. Our police in this country is one of the best in the world. I make bold to say it.
Yes.
When they want to get... I'm talking about personal experience with some of the investigations I have seen them doing. So if they want to achieve results, attain success, they know how to do it.
Yes.
So I think they need to rise up to the occasion to save lives.
Yes. Now, still talking Plateau State, you see, there are some things that will happen that you'll be surprised. Now, the NSCDC apprehended a man with a gun during church service in Plateau State. Well, there was commotion on last Sunday at the troubled Bokos local government area. Bokos was the first local government that the bandits were attacked then. When a man was arrested with a gun within church premises in the area, it will be recalled that the local government has been under siege of terrorists in recent times, leading to the killing of no fewer than 70% and many injured. It was learned that the operatives of the Nigeria Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, in Plateau State arrested a man following a suspicious movement of the suspect within the church premises. Well, suspicious movement. I think that was a good one. They noted he was moving suspiciously, the way they did not like. They arrested him. Now, you know, it got positive results. They found a gun on him. So what was he going to do with the gun inside a church premises?
I think for me, if people can be that sensitive, we'll be able to fish out as many, you know, criminals amongst us.
Yes.
And it's quite important for us all to take note that the issue of security is a collective responsibility. It's not the responsibility of one person.
Yes.
It's a collective responsibility. If you see something and you're not saying something. You're jeopardizing everybody. And that's even very common with people.
Yes.
They will see something and just overlook it, take off their eyes, and say it doesn't matter.
They turn the other way.
Or even run away, or even support the, you know. So we need to see things from a different perspective and realize that the issue of security is a collective effort, is a collective responsibility that all of us need to pay attention to.
Yes, and now the political scientists, you know, all these are professors and academicians, you know, most times they will just, you know, look the other way. They will not be worried about what is happening in the country, you understand. But now political scientists are worried over Nigeria's security. Now they are worried, seriously worried, and they have decried what they said is an alarming rate of insecurity in parts of the country. And it is in a statement by its president, Professor Hassan Saliu, on Monday, the group expressed concern that Nigerians have again been awoken to a specter of insecurity in the country. That is according to the president, Nigeria Political Scientists Association of Nigeria. So that is
you know, Plateau State is one of, including Jos, is one of the states that have arable land into agriculture. You see, one thing we must realize. Even
Benue State.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You see, what this is telling us is that there's an attack on our food security in Nigeria. If those two states are under attack, and I tell you, if it's not well managed, it will affect, you know, us such that there will be more inflation, you know, food scarcity in the country again.
Yes.
We need to be alive.
Yes, alive.
We need to see this issue from different perspectives.
Yes, we'll take some calls quickly. 0055009850. Yes, some calls are wants to come in now. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, on the show, I just want to mark. We should learn. We should learn from post Francis life. You know, this man, I read that he bought Lamborghini for him and not for right. He sold it and give the money to the church. Give the money to the men.
Yes.
So we should take this thing we actually said over there. If respect can 2,000 years on this earth, we are going to live one day. So people will be talking negative and media. So we should take this seriously. Why all this thing in Nigeria? Why killing? And let them retire now. That's why I think that we should defend ourselves. Self-defense. And we go to defend ourselves with their hands. This country, who are Nigerian children? Nigerians are Nigerian children. God bless you.
Thank you very much for your comment.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take more calls at 0805-500-9850.
Yes, I like that submission, like you said. Nigerians are Nigeria's problem.
Yeah, he has a point. We'll take more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I've got to you, Bimbo.
Good morning, sir.
And that's the fella.
Good morning, sir.
I know that the wish calling from Okeo.
You're welcome, sir.
Pope Francis passed on. We communicate with the Roman Catholic Church all over the world, the Vatican City, and the whole world. Pope passes on. Every president will pass on. Every preacher will pass on. Every general overseer, leader of the regions will pass on. Every leader in every area will pass on. Everybody will pass on. It is not our duration in life that matters, but our donation to life. Our commendations and condemnations have nothing to do with the death. God's judgment awaits everyone after death, and human judgment has no place. The body will do the creation of artificial scarcity, all forms of corruption, lies, stealing, wickedness. The divine judgment awaits them all. The marauders, the killer elders, judgment of God awaits everyone. And I keep on saying, the marauders, the killer elders, they are making good their threat that they will take over the land, the whole land of Nigeria. And they are making good their threat. It's left to the government to allow them to accomplish their mission or deal with them ruthlessly. So, please, have mercy on us. Have mercy on Nigeria. Save us. How can we defend ourselves? We are defenseless. Only God is our defense. We have no guns, we have nothing. They have protected everything for those who have them before. So, how do you defend yourself? In the front of the forces who are holding AK-47 and other sophisticated weapons, God is our defense. So, please arise and fight for us. Thank you, Adida. No problem, okay.
Thank you, Baba Ndidayo. Thank you very much for those words of.
All right, let's also take the phone lines again. 0705-555-1985. We have another caller.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Shalaji Ayinabu calling from Lalate.
Good morning and welcome.
We welcome the president to the country that, but he should be aware of many things that have happened during his absence. I think he should look to the issue of insecurity. Not only that, he should be cognizant of the fact that the absolute poverty in the country is still persistent, and he should do the nation. You see, I love today when Traore, the military president of Burkina, is it not Burkina Faso?
Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso. When he lamented that many Nigeria are in sickbed because of the excessive supply of power, I laughed. Because you don't know the cause, why people are in the hospital. If because of line, only the line. So Nigeria will survive. 2 people in Nigeria will survive. It's saying that it's because of the excessive supply of power. No, that's not the core reason. The reason are not so far-fetched. The reason includes scarcity of food, or let me say, things of there's no food. Then secondly, there is this summer, insecurity is there. We have many challenges that is making Nigeria to be sick. Now, let me call at the attention of our leaders. The essence of government to the common man is to give them succor, is to make sure that there is food on their table. That's the essence of government. Now, exactly on the West River project, we not help the masses. Only see a bit of money on the century. So they are spending trillions of people constructing roads from Lagos to IBC. Just that, not good, but notwithstanding, they should do the scale of privilege, food, shelter. So, thank you, Alaji Ilabogu from Latin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, of course, we'll take more calls, 0805-500-9850 or 0705-555-1985.
Hello, good morning. Hello? Well, this one is not coming through.
Okay.
Yes, more calls. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Maybe you can call. You can call again. What is happening to the lines? Yes, okay, let's try this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a little over there. Now, people, I agree with you on the idea. You should get up on paper. What is that? When from our left go back, we have never happened. So it's going to get it agree. You're going to do that. Now, what will happen? What the lack of money? And now, on the budget, they should stop on the budget. Because they don't know the work. Because they're not making noise. Now, they ask for question. Who are those who don't understand the work? Every person knows them. That's the name of the God of my God. They did them. Have you been able to do them? You will do them. They will stop. They know them. It's not the African who are doing. You know them already. About data from parties. You can see it. You shall come to every person. No matter who we are, don't get. What you have to do, put your hand in order. Thank you much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anwale.
Thank you very much. We're going on a commercial break. We'll have commercials. We need to go on this commercial break. And when we come back, of course, we'll take more our stories.
The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid to explore endless opportunities. No matter what your dreams are, you can achieve it. And Top Tea will be with you every step of the way. Start your day with a flavorful cup of Top Tea. You are made for more. Find your inspiration. Top Tea, big round bags of flavor.
Alright, welcome back. You're still the conversation on Oluyole FM. If you're joining us, of course, it's the conversation And we've been looking at some of the stories that made the headline. And before we went on the break, we were discussing Play 2 and just killings. Right, of course, we have other stories that made the headline this morning. A lot of touching stories that made the headlines. All right, Monarch to Tinubu, I am machineries to end banditry killings. You have the story there. The story is on page 10. It says the SSLU of Iselu Kingdom in Yewa North local government area of Ogun State, Oba Ebenezer Akinyemi, yesterday urged President Bola Tinubu to consider having foreign machineries to end the protracted wave of terrorism, banditry, and kidnapping currently plaguing the country. The traditional ruler who made the call in the open letter to President Tinubu said the persistent bloodshed has become a national tragedy that has become a booming industry for some. He however warned that the continued inaction could spell grave consequences for Nigeria's unity and stability.
Well, the monarch is talking about mercenaries. Number one, does he know how much, to hire mercenaries will cost?
Is it not better to spend money?
Yes, but will it work? Do they know our terrain?
They will learn our terrain.
There was a time that the US came to Nigeria. Yes, I think it was during the Jonathan or Obasanjo regime. Yes, they came to assist Nigeria to fish out all these Boko Haram terrorists. Their efforts were sabotaged. Yes, so it might not work. It is we ourselves, our Nigerian and apparatus.
I even think that the traditional rulers have a role to play. Yes. All the traditional rulers in Nigeria needs to come together region by region, nationally, to actually address this issue. In those days, you dare not do certain things in our communities.
Yes.
You will not go free. When I was growing up and I went to the university, and you will see, when I got to university, you will see brooms, hung up in some houses. And I remember I asked, which one is this? So, and they said if a thief comes to that house, that the thief will sweep till daybreak.
Yes.
Is where are those magical strengths? Where are they?
Yes.
And then somebody will come and kidnap someone and go walk away, even kidnap traditional rulers.
Yes.
Where were those? Where are those? Strong powers. Let's go back to the powers of old. There's some houses you dare not enter, and you still. Your boss will say I think we need to get it right. Our traditional rulers have roles to play because they know the terrain, they are at the communities, they are at the background, they know what to do.
What I want to believe is that they don't I don't know, they don't really know how to coordinate themselves. Yes, the traditional rulers, then all these old powers of old that you said, most of them, you said of old, most of them are not being, handed over to their, maybe their sons or daughters or relatives. Some will just die. All those baba that have the real.
No, I think they passed it on. They did it. A lot of them. There's none of them that does not have children that they have passed one power or one knowledge or the other two. These things live, in the family. They transfer it. But I don't know why it's no longer working.
Okay, like Shebi, there was a Agbekoya. Can you compare the Agbekoya of old to Agbekoya?
So what has gone wrong? I think there should be a summit, traditional summit, traditional, national or regional summit, where conversations like this, would go on. Somebody will come to a house, you see broom. In fact, once you see the broom, you can't even try any nonsense.
Yes. So that is the situation. The Agbekoya that I gave the example of, you cannot compare it with the ones of now. They are there now when all these things are happening. And
well, the truth is that something is missing. What is missing is what we don't know. But whatever is missing, let the traditional leaders find it. It's good to write an open letter to President Tinubu. I dug my cap for the traditional ruler, but please, let's also play our role. They are the ones that need to play. They are the ones that know their own terrain. And so they should work with people in their terrain to get things to work.
Well, you have some other stories. More calls are coming in.
Yeah, let's take more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning.
Good morning, our sister.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you.
Amen.
Happy Easter week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I like your analysis. Reverend Kano Babatunde is calling from the United.
Yes, Reverend.
Now, the government of Nigeria is not doing anything good. In the sense that, like you said, they are making life miserable for people. Instead of looking at what to do by the compensation.
No, we lost that. Reverend, you can call us back. We lost that call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
My name is Oluyole. I'm calling from Bodija.
Yes, from Bodija.
Thank you.
Oh, well, we lost that again.
Okay, we need to take this commercial, and when we come back, we'll take one or two more calls before we call it a day. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Life is always full of wahala, but there is music, passion, feelings, and good vibes. Take a ride with InDrive app to get there on your own terms. You decide what your life will be full of and choose a fair price for this ride. InDrive, the InDrive online passenger transportation aggregator, is not a taxi service. Find more information at www.indrive.com.
Conversation.
Person ask you say wetin be the game wey dey totori you pass, you go tell them say na better know all the time. No go dull yourself o, make you follow join for the ogbonge betting options, fast cash out, missions wey dey engaging and get welcome bonus wey fit reach 200,000 naira. Better know the game don start. Make you dey bet responsibly. Na only for people wey don pass 18 years. Better know na proud partner of Aston Villa.
All right, welcome back. It's still the conversation on Oluyole FM, wherever you're listening to us. I think we should try and take Damilola's call before we call it a day on the program.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This happened when my inshallah, many times for your. So this we should sympathize with these people in this locality. It's many years from spreading the gospel, and it has been many years of continuous fellowship with the government. So it's still okay. So Jonathan, you said you will have loved to end the Nigerian. So some people are in recognition of the Jonathan to Nigeria. At present, the government is playing a role, focusing on fair prices and others. So, all our passengers, Jonathan and others, have a role to play at present. Because on the food prices, all commodities prices and others. So, they should work with the government. And security to start that. Some people are involved, some people can and not sponsor. We keep people, we are threatening people. So people are feeling present. And they will be able to concentrate on
to restore the utmost cooperation of our security agencies and others. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All right, maybe we'll take more calls.
Just one more call.
One more call, and we'd call it a day.
Quickly. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
30 seconds.
Happy Easter.
Yes, same to you.
The only one point I want to say, for those that disrupt the peace of Nigeria, God will contact them. Because of the insecurity, what is happening in United States and Benin State, we did not make us happy. They just kill the people like goats. The peace will be with us in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our time is fast spent. We must say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the program since we started. We have to go now. Saying a big thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Jadisola Ajibola.
My name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
wọ́ọ̀kù lọ́rọ̀ọ̀rùn pẹ̀sẹ̀ láti kéde nílé akéde tọ̀yọ́ ni ó nílò kan ṣẹ̀ mọ́ dára rẹ̀ láàmú sọpọ̀ ń wọkọ̀ bọ̀ wá sílé akéde lóríta Basọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn mọ́ pàápàá jùlọ láti ṣe ìkéde yẹn polówó ọjà yẹn tàbí fi ń tọ́tọ́ tó sì yẹ tó àwọn aráàlú létí bóyá nípa àpàdé nípa àsọjí àbí nǹkan kan àbómi ìtẹ́bálẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe ẹ torí agbègbè àgbáyé kẹ́ẹ̀nà tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe hàn wá 09158703300 lórí agbègbè kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ WhatsApp nọ́mbà ìkan náà mọ̀ ni ọ̀rọ̀rùn pẹ̀sẹ̀ stress free courtesy BCOS. You don't have to stress yourself coming down to Ile Akede Orita Basọ̀run Ìbàdàn again to make that announcement or place that advert. Book online, personal paid announcements, obituaries, or in memoriam, annual conventions, workshops, crusades, social diaries, inter-house sport competitions, musical shows, or